Kris, Susie, Ralsei, Noelle, Birdly, and Yu are all Deltarune's representations of the souls in Undertale. I'm really shocked that it took me until chapter 5 with the flower souls that I was able to put this together, but it's actually pretty obvious in hindsight. This connection started with the game pushing Kris and Aqua as very obvious character parallels, which reminded me that Kris in their youth was wild and rambunctious, a constant prankster. Now they exert a shocking amount of patience over their plans, Carol's plans, the Knight's plans, whoever's plans they are. Kris is one of the most patient characters that we have in Deltarune. Every chapter, a new bit of their plan unfolds, and we get to see that happen in real time. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the character who exerts the most patience in the series is given the color scheme of the Soul of Patience. It's very obvious that Chapter 5 is trying to get us to think about the souls of Undertale a little bit more. Maybe not quite for theorizing, but they are important for character and story development. And the parallels don't stop there. Susie is purple. The Soul of Perseverance is purple. Point proven. For Susie, I want to point to a specific moment that happens in Chapter 4. Towards the end of Chapter 4, as we are taking the final path of the Dark World, the final bit of the prophecy starts to play as well. And Susie sees the last panel before the rest of us, and it causes her to be so upset that she smashes it with her hand, causing herself to bleed. But she makes it clear that this is not going to stop her, and she's going to find a way to prevent the prophecy from unfolding the way that it says that it's going to. But we don't even have to think about that part of her writing. Gerson literally calls Susie Perseverance in the story. Maybe he doesn't call her Perseverance, but implies that this is a quality that she possesses and she embraces, coming back every time a little bit stronger. I don't really think I have to do much to convince you that Ralsei is the embodiment of kindness in Deltarune. Well, actually, I guess after Chapter 4 came out, maybe I do. But Ralsei has always been one to spread kindness and teach kindness through his actions in the game. One of the very first things that he does is try to show us and Kris that kindness can prevail in the Dark Worlds, and that violence is never always the answer. His main color, being green, is a deliberate choice to link him to the Soul of Kindness. And I want to be clear, none of this is saying that these characters are the souls. These are just comparisons of the use of color in Undertale and Deltarune to convey certain character traits. The last concrete color and soul match that I have is the player, Yu, and determination, red. Obviously, because this is the soul that we inhabit itself. This is the only soul connection that is actually made that isn't just colors. But the color red is still very much the color of determination in Deltarune, same as it was in Undertale. I just don't think we have enough pieces to fully put together what determination is in Deltarune, how it differs from in Undertale, but clearly the concept is still there in Deltarune. Determination is going to play a big factor. Now, this next pairing might turn some of you away from this idea, but I still do believe that it is there. Birdly as the blue soul of integrity. In Chapter 2, a large part of Birdly's character development is his growth from this snarky, stuck-up, smart little kid who ended up stealing a lot of the spotlight from Noelle, actually, because he values his worth so heavily on his intelligence. Eventually, by the end of Chapter 2, realizing that it's okay to not be the smartest person in the room all the time. It's okay to be yourself a lot of the time. You don't have to put on this facade to make other people like you. By the end of Chapter 2, Birdly cultivates integrity as a person, something he did not have at the start of the story. And we're just gonna ignore that he kind of walks it back at the end. Noelle is the biggest leap in logic that I had to make for this analysis to work. In the story of Undertale and Deltarune, yellow is associated with justice, but we don't really see Noelle embody any traits of justice in the first 5 chapters of the story so far, 5 of 7. There is a very high chance that we get a lot more of Noelle as a character in chapters 6 and 7, but to assume that we understand who her character is right now because of these colors is a little bit of a stretch. I'm holding out hope that she somehow does end up embodying justice, but for now, we will just have to see. Bravery is truly the unluckiest soul of them all. There is no character pairing that I can think of for Bravery. No character is really orange, and as of right now, while you can ascribe Bravery to Susie and Kris probably and Rouse, I believe that a big character in chapters 6 and 7 is going to holy shit. I believe that a big character in chapters 6 and 7 is likely going to embody the trait of bravery much better than the characters that we know right now. And if I am allowed to speculate a little bit, I think this character is going to be whoever the knight is revealed to be, which my two big thoughts are Des and Asriel, but my bet is that whoever the knight is gonna end up being orange. Awesome.